I just got back from a trip to Texas, Houston, Texas that is, and I took a lot of fragrances with me, but which ones actually made the cut and were actually worn? We're gonna talk about it. Let's get on into it. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. The San Maria here. Yes, it feels good to be back in front of the camera. Oh yes, countdown to Black Friday, Thanksgiving, holiday season, all of the above. But you all, I had another wedding to attend, and that means taking fragrances with me. So let's get on into it. But before we do that, y'all know we gotta start off with first lipstick of the day today, everyone. I'm finally wearing my new color I showed you all in my latest makeup haul from MAC, and this is Mega Magenta. Super pretty. And yeah, this is what I like. I like blue based pinks, kind of where it's almost pink purpley. Let me know what you think about the color in the comments below. And this was limited edition, so I'll try to link some alternatives that are very similar to this lipstick, as well as the details to the face, because I know y'all like good makeup details. Next up, we have fragrance of the day. I have been missing this fragrance a lot, and this is none other than from Bond No. 9, and this is Tribeca. I've talked about Tribeca before. I've done Tribeca's dedicated review here on the channel already. Definitely check that out. This is a fall cold weather staple in my opinion, especially if you like hazelnut and cacao. This is for you. So definitely check out Bond No. 9's Tribeca, because yeah, I'm feeling good and I'm smelling good. And I also got a fragrance compliment on it when I went out today for lunch. So yes, Bond No. 9's Tribeca. So without further ado, let's get into the fragrances I took with me on my latest trip. So this time I wanted to do something different. I decided to take a bunch of samples with me, as well as a few decants, because I wanted options, and I was kind of like all over the place, because you all, it's November, yes, but Texas is such a weird place weather-wise. It's still warm down there, so it just completely throws me off. So I'm like, I don't know what to wear. Yeah, I need transition scents. I need something cold weather. I don't know. Plus it was raining like the whole time, off and on. Anywho, so let me tell y'all the fragrances I took with me. It's a lot. So first and foremost, I took with me my sample of Amouage's Love Tuberose, the woman version, of course, the Love Tuberose. I recently talked about this fragrance in another video because I did a sampling series on Amouage fragrances. Definitely check that out. And for me, this was the fragrance that was a absolute love at first sniff and full bottle worthy. To me, this is a gourmand take on Tuberose, and that's very different because there's a whipped cream note in it. So I was kind of like, I might be feeling kind of girly and dainty, so I decided to take Amouage's Love Tuberose. Another fragrance I wanted to bring with me, this one I talked about extremely recently because in my opinion it's season forward. The next fragrance I took with me was Xerjoff's Starlight. This is a cardamom balm, cardamom and almond in my opinion. There's some cinnamon in here, some clove. So to me, this is a perfect holiday fall type of scent in my opinion. And I want to really plan it some more, since this is a more recent sample for me, a more recent fragrance that I've been playing in. I want to really give it a wear, hopefully. But we'll get into which ones, of course, actually made the cut. But that is, again, Xerjoff's Starlight. Next fragrance I took with me, a decant. This is from the house of Kilian, and this is Kilian's Rolling in Love. You all have seen this decant before. In fact, I took it with me on my last trip I took to Houston about a month ago. It's Rolling in Love. It definitely made the bag again. Creamy almond, iris, yes. I need a full bottle of this. I need to quit playing, but yes, Rolling in Love from Kilian. I've been enjoying this, and my decant is almost up, so yeah, we're almost ready for a full bottle. Yes, Kilian's Rolling in Love made the trip. Then the next fragrance that also made the trip, this is Bond No. 9's Chinatown. I brought a decant of it. Yes, I do have a full bottle of Bond No. 9 Chinatown that I have stowed away, but I just took my little decant of it because I was like, what's the point in bringing a bottle when I already have a decant? Plus, there's less weight in my bag, just saying. But yes, Bond No. 9's Chinatown made the trip because this is a fall take on tuberose. This is tuberose and cardamom especially. Those are like the main two most prominent notes in my opinion. And it's also made the fall bridal list if y'all remember that video. So yes, Bond No. 9's Chinatown. Yes, it went with me too. The next fragrance that made the trip, you all, this one is so potent. Some kind of way I could smell it in my bag. I don't know how that worked out, even though it didn't leak though, because I checked to make sure. But when it's potent, it's potent. This is from Navitus Parfums, and this is my decant of Ambrosia Imperial. Y'all have heard me talk about that fragrance. I also have the full bottle of it because when it restocked, I did grab it. This fragrance is amazing. Yes, it's really, really good. This is banana, it's saffron, Davana. It's like some rum in here. It's like really sexy. And again, this is a great transition scent. scent and going out scent in my opinion. So again, going back to my point about Texas weather being weird to me, Ambrosia Imperial was a great option because it can go either way, cold weather or warm weather, it works. So Navitus Parfums Ambrosia Imperial made the trip. Keeping things moving forward, the next fragrance I wanted to bring with me, I haven't talked about this one in a minute, but I did do a sampling series on it. This is from the house of Initio, and this is Absolute Aphrodisiac. Y'all, this is still sexy, and especially now that we're in cold weather season, which I told y'all in that sampling video, this is a cold weather vanilla type of scent because there's castoreum in here. So it got a little bit of oomph to it, it's a little bit of carnalness about it. It's kind of sexy, kind of raunchy actually, and I like that about it. There's a time and a place for everything, just saying. But yes, Initio's Absolute Aphrodisiac also made the trip. Next up, this is my decant of the It Girl of 2023. Gotta give her flowers and just go ahead and say it. This is my decant of Amouage Guidance. Yes, I took Guidance with me. I've been taking Guidance with me a lot. Guidance has been doing what it needs to do because this is one of those fragrances that absolutely will make my most complimented fragrance list for 2023. I can tell y'all that right now. This scent gets massive compliments when I wear it. I have never not worn this scent and not received a compliment. I don't care if I'm in the house, it gets a compliment. Just saying. So Amouage's Guidance, I had to bring it because you never know, you might have to bring out the heavy artillery sometimes. Just saying. Amouage's Guidance made the trip. Next option that I brought, I know it's so many options. This one, y'all have heard me talk about so much, especially now that it's fall, y'all, and this is from bottle number 9. This is my sample of New York Nights, which you all know I do have a full-size bottle of New York Nights. That's why you hear about it so much. Absolute full bottle worthy because this one has like C notes in it. There's some carnation, jasmine, and it's like, it's just interesting. It's like foodie, gourmand. There's also coffee in here too. I like this one. It works and it definitely performs better now that it's cooler. So that's why this one made the trip. If you know me, then you know this next scent had to make the trip because this is usually my travel fragrance and it's been that way since I've had it. This is my decant of Bond number 9's Greenwich Village, and I always gotta keep Greenwich Village near me. It's something about it. Even if I don't wear it, I always like to have it with me because this is that type of fragrance for me. If I had a signature scent, it would be Bond number 9's Greenwich Village because I don't have to think about this scent. It just works for me, and you gotta have fragrances that aren't hard and fussy. This is that. Bond number 9's Greenwich Village, it works year round. Next fragrance I brought, you all have been hearing me rant and rave about this one ever since I got it. Blew my mind, love it first sniff, and that's why I got a bottle upgrade very quickly soon after. And this is from Andrea Mack from her X-Straight collection, and this is Pavilion. So yes, this is a sample that made me fall in love with it. So I kept my sample so I could take it with me on a trip, possibly, or have it to refresh. But this scent is so rich. It's vanilla, rose, oud, praline. Just, yes. This is what I mean by a fall gourmand oud scent. This is divine. I can't preach this enough. Again, I sampled it first. Y'all know the drill, but Pavilion had to make the trip. It's that good. Then the last sample that I took with me, this is one of my newest babies. I got this sample actually when I purchased the full-size bottle, and this is none other than Bond number 9's Chelsea Nights. Because I've been loving Chelsea Nights, I've been wearing it. You all know that fragrance lived rent-free in my head for a year. So I got it for fall 2023, and I've been wearing it. So I figured, why not bring my sample of it so I wouldn't have to bring my bottle of it? Because I might want to wear this scent because there's a lot going on with it. There's suede, patchouli, cocoa. It's a list of notes. It's a lot. Full dedicated review will be happening on Chelsea Nights because it is full dedicated review worthy for sure. It's that good. Bond number 9's Chelsea Nights rounds out the collection of samples that I took with me on the trip. Now let's get into what actually got worn on the trip. That's more important. So for context, this was a true weekend trip, meaning fly in Friday, leave out Sunday morning, back on the plane. So this was literally a weekend trip. So for flying in early Friday morning, I had to have a travel scent, and y'all know this. So if you know me, then you know my favorite travel scent is always 9 times out of 10. Not always. I'm gonna say about 95% of the time I'm gonna be Bond number 9's Greenwich Village. This was my scent because you all know I do have the bodysuit for it, so I like to layer my scent so I can smell good for me. This scent, when I tell you, it just works. Plus having the cream to just layer and make the scent last longer. And y'all know I do not do body creams. I don't do all of that. That's not my thing. But for Greenwich, yes, I am that girl. It works, and I tend to mainly layer it when I fly. It's just kind of how that works. I don't know, but it's always very pleasant. Nobody's mad at it, and it just works. It does enough. I don't necessarily bathe in the scent because again, I am going to be on a plane, but I'll spray enough where I know I can smell it. And even once I'm all checked in, my hotel and all that, I still can smell the fragrance on me without having to update it. So that's what I'm saying. Bond number 9's Greenwich Village was my travel scent. And I gotta say, I also wore this back as well. So it truly was my coming and going travel scent. Bottom number 9 is Greenwich Village. So that Friday night I had a lovely mixer to go to because again, I was in town for a wedding and it was like a welcome party and all. So for that night, it was at a nice, cool spot. They had like jazz music and everything. So I'm so glad I went with this decision because I had on like I had on like denim and black outfit. And I wanted something that kind of matched the mood of hanging out downtown with live music. So the fragrance I went with, y'all, it had to be this one. I went with Andrea Max Pavilion. This scent was a hit. Let me tell you, because I also ran into a lot of like friends and stuff, people I haven't seen since college, been a few years, whatnot. So it was just a good reunion all the way around. That's why I love weddings. But let me tell you, Pavilion was definitely a conversation piece. I got a lot of hugs and things. People were like, oh, you smell really good. It was like, we know you into perfume, we watch your channel, we see your Instagram, we know, but okay, what are you wearing today though? This was the fragrance that was definitely a talk of the moments for sure. So Andrea Max Pavilion, it did what it needed to do. And let me tell you something. This fragrance hugs fabric because I opened my suitcase when I got back and the top I wore is still like projecting Pavilion. So this fragrance absolutely does well. It does what it needs to do and performs well in nighttime, evening, cold weather. Next up, Saturday morning. So Saturday, daytime, morning, we got to eat and we also did a little bit of shopping because if you know, Houston has a humongous mall called the Galleria, which we'll get into that. That is a topic for another video, just saying, stay tuned. But alas, so for the daytime Saturday shenanigans and things, I wanted to test out one of these fragrances. It's a sample that I don't have a full bottle of. The fragrance I chose was my Xerjoff Starlight. Y'all, I enjoy this scent because I realized on skin and wearing it around, yes, this scent is a clove, cardamom, cinnamon type of scent, but it has a bright opening, like a citrusy bright opening while drying down to that cardamom base and almonds. So to me, this is like a fall freshie with a touch of gourmandness and it's so well blended and this fragrance does take you on a journey. I actually fell more in love with Starlight than before because I already liked it, which I told y'all, I think it is full bottle worthy, but for sure after wearing it this weekend, it is absolutely full bottle worthy because of the journey it took me on and just how well blended it is. But of course, you know, that's Xerjoff fragrances for you. So yes, Xerjoff Starlight was my Saturday daytime scent. Now, Saturday evening was what it was all about. That was the time of the wedding. So of course, we got on our nice outfits. We dressed up, had Elf and I and all that. So I wanted something that was definitely gonna be a wow factor type of scent. So if you know, then you know. This one gets the job done. I went in with Amawage's guidance. This was my scent for the wedding. Perfect choice. Perfect choice because especially when you go to a wedding, yes, you're gonna know some people, but you're not gonna know everyone and you're gonna be interacting and meeting a whole lot of different people and stuff. Just wanted something that I know would be fun, flirty, but not too much of a think piece type of a fragrance. I don't ever want anything I think too hard about. And lately for me, guidance has been just the easy reach when it comes to wearing a scent that I know is gonna be a showstopper. So Amawage's guidance was the scent that I wore to the actual wedding and we had a good time. And like I told you all, just to refresh, the travel scent heading out on Sunday morning was Greenwich Village. So yes, you know that again. So now you know what fragrances I took with me and the fragrances that actually got worn. Super excited. As stated in the middle of the video, I did do some fragrance shopping. Oh yes, I did a lot of fragrance shopping. More so sniffing and things. So I got a lot of thoughts on a lot of fragrances. So I think y'all are gonna wanna stay tuned to those videos because yeah, some things I've been hearing a lot about, it ain't worth the hype. And some things ain't talked about enough. So, but we'll get into it in another video. So stay tuned so you can hear more about my fragrance shopping while in Houston. But as always, thank you all for tuning into this video and learning what I wore and also listen to the experience because I like to give you all what the fragrance is actually giving, how I feel about it in real time when I'm actually wearing it out. And in particular, when I'm in a different environment, meaning another city, not just my regular run-of-the-mill day. You know what I mean? So therefore I can give you all the real experiences with my fragrances because I do wear mine. So until next time, Els, I will catch y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.